mind, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away. And the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road calls as the wind blows, 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones. Hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows? Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in going up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change, no. We're never gonna change. And day after day, it's just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with a ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But insanity's the aim, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to. And you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the lying in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you. And I ain't like you. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in going up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change, no. We're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music but nobody is moving, cause don't nobody care and everyone's confused till the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end, cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions, like the pen lifts up off the paper disconnected from anything we can feel, hear and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want, but if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in going up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change, no. We're never gonna change.
WTF Nation Radio.
Anything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects and mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact the physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shouts.
Well, hello there, and today is the 22nd of January, and I am here with my man Pookie. You there, Pookie? Uh-oh. Something went wrong with Pookie. All right, well.
Uh-oh.
You there?
Am I there?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up?
My man is round.
Snap foo.
And oops. That's okay. It is what it is, and you know what? It's all good. We are here today, and you know, Pookie's doing good right now. He did his contribution to society by making himself known to the VA.
Oh God.
And you know, it's been a busy week for me too, so I'm in a good mood. To heck with it. Let's just plow on and enjoy ourselves today, man. Oh shoot. And it's good to see everybody. Hey, if I don't see you, it's because for some reason, and I'm still trying to figure this out. That's why you see me hunching forward. I'm trying to figure out where in the world some of my my posting went. I can't seem to find all but one room, and that's the WTF room. I can't, for some reason, I can't get in the.
I see the peeps over in the U.S. Army WTF moments.
Okay, you address them, and I'll address the WTF radio room. Okay.
Oh, so you give me the savages then? I see. All right.
And we'll both go after you guys in Mixer. You are not our redheaded stepchildren. Oh, people. The weather has been definitely making it interesting for everybody lately. I don't know about you. What's it been like down in Florida, man?
Oh man, I just can't make its mind up what it wants to do. One day we get freeze warning, next day it's 80 degrees, next day it's freeze warning. I don't. My whole system's kind of wonky right now. The last couple of days, man.
Oh man, you know what I wouldn't give for a little bit of 80 right now. Shoot, today, and for you guys to understand, I always try to wear one of my owl shirts when I'm on, even though you can't see it. It's me. I'm Al. That's me. So, you know, that's what I try to do. Cool, right? Well, the biggest problem with that is it's not warm. And, well, it is cold here right now. We're looking at snow tonight. Now, I know all of you over on the East Coast, up in New York and New England and all those guys, you already got that stuff. But we just been courting the cold. So it looks to be an interesting time for us, whether I like it or not. And you know, just gonna be cold. We're gonna get our snow. We're gonna have to deal with it, and I'm just gonna have to try to wear warm clothes. Normally, you'd actually see me with a good old sweatshirt or sweatshirt on right now. But that's life. Hey, how you doing, Tyler? Man, good to see you. Hey, kick it up, man. Talk to us in the chats. We want to say hello to anybody that's available, and just let you all know we care because you are there, and so are we. Oh, Bob, man. So
Jake Ford said, "I'll plug that diesel in the night." Al.
Yeah, you know what? I did.
Roll cool.
Go ahead.
I said, roll that cool, man.
Yeah, roll that cool. And I do. Especially in the cold, no matter what you do, until your engine's really, really warm, it blows out smoke. Just so hard. But that is what it is. My truck, actually, I had to plug it in as soon as it goes below 40. Otherwise, it takes forever for it to warm up. So I actually plug it in once it drops below 40 degrees. Hell, I actually plug it in once it drops below 60, just because it warms up that much quicker, and the engine performs better when it's warm. But that's just me. That's my life.
I've meant to ask you: are you a Ford guy or like one of like Dodge, Chevy guys?
I'm a Cummins guy. Okay. Okay. Ford had a good engine. It was a Harvester, and it was a 7.3. But
I had one of those. It was the best truck I ever owned.
And see,
amazing.
Those were the great engines, and they actually Ford messed up and they allowed allowed the what is it? They allowed the contract to go for
International.
exactly, and so they lost exclusivity, and so they had to settle for a different harvester, and then they went to another engine. Really sucks. Um, hey Tyler, yeah, heater broke, and I had my washer hose freeze. Oh man, Tyler, that sucks. Oh, geez. And see, that's the one thing. For those, when you have cold, depending on where your heater is, you have to worry about frozen lines. And if your heater breaks down, that's even worse, because then, see, like me, the water main to my house comes in right where my heater is. So as long as my heater's going, my water main's good. Okay. But if my heat goes down for any reason, I automatically throw in those little personal heaters, and because that room is actually well insulated, it keeps it warm enough the pipes don't go down.
I was about to say, I'm surprised you don't have a wood stove, man.
I actually do. Oh, Tyler, oh man, he was out on the road for 25 days. That sucks. So he came home to this mess. I'm sorry. I feel bad for you, Tyler. I know how that can be. That really does suck. So anyway, for y'all to know, just so you know, I'm actually in a very good mood. I apologize for last week. I wasn't as in a good mood as I normally am, and I'm over it. Because you know what? I'm going to be here no matter what. I'm going to be on Kaz's show on Sundays, and I'm actually, I made sure y'all got a tag. You can go to my Facebook. I'm going to be streaming games just for the hell of it. And if anybody wants to talk to me because they've got dealing with PTSD, depression, anxieties, stuff like that, you know what? I'm here. And you'll be able to say, hey, Al, when you're done with streaming, can we talk? And I will say, hey, no problem. Because that's what I do. So I decided, you know what? I love life. And wherever I end up is wherever I end up, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be on the show right now. I look at this as a great conversation time. That's the part that bugs me, is for some reason I can't get into the WTF room, and I like talking to you guys too. So don't think I don't. And if you're any of my other postings in John Al Healing the Human Being or an Al Watching, come on in to the WTF radio room or the WTF Moments room. I'm here. Hey, Branko, good to see you, buddy. So I'm around. Come talk to me. So, okay, Pookie, I have to ask you. It's up to you if you want to talk about it. What happened? What did you do today at the VA?
Well, I just went for X-rays today, man. That was it.
So, can I ask what they were X-ray? Or is that too personal?
Well, no, they, typical things, after wear and tear in the Army, knee back, kind of thing, But they contorted my back so out of place. Oh my God, I was walking out of there. I felt like, I don't know, man. I was hurting walking down the street.
Oh.
Dang.
That sucks, bud. That really sucks. And hey, Branko, go to my John Al, and you'll see the tag up there, my Facebook, John Al Room. Go to that page and message me. And if you got something you want to talk to me about, I will talk to you, buddy. No problem. Okay? And good to see you, Dale. So, okay. They've got crap going. You've got stuff going on with your back. Now, you twisted around and everything. So, did they offer to give you a shot or anything? Or this just one of those?
Yeah, I don't. You know me, man. I'm big about not taking that. I don't like cortisone. It makes you feel like a 17-year-old kid, and you don't need to feel like that when you get a certain age. That's how you tear your back up even more.
Yeah.
I don't like pain. pain management, like opioids and stuff like that. I stay away from that. You know, good old Ranger candy works, man. It works for me. And then if that don't work, I grab me a couple beers, man. That's hillbilly cure all, man.
Well, I guess I can understand. What happened to the girl who was doing this? Oh, okay. I'm just asking what happened to the girl was doing this. What? Oh, you're talking about Minx. She will be back on the 5th. I will be handing the key back to her to the dungeon in the Alamo or the Area 51. Hoorah!
Or Pookie's personal bunker.
Or Pookie's personal bunker. We will be handing the key. I will be handing the keys to the room back to her, and y'all will get her back, so you don't have to worry. You won't have to put up with me anymore. Between now and then, we're going to talk, we're going to have fun, and we're going to kick it out. All right. What do I want to talk about tonight? I just got done talking about this weather. Okay. What does it do? Well, when you talk about people like me who is older than dust and hurting, hey, Branko, he has tried CBD oil. It's one of those deals that you only take that during certain times, bud. And I'm sure he's putting that off until bedtime.
I've actually kind of stepped back off of it for a little bit because
okay.
It's not cheap per se.
No,
but it works.
Okay. There's one I want to show. Remind me later. I'm gonna send you in message. There's a CBD oil that I found that for a 60-day supply is $37.
That's not bad at all.
No. Okay. And it's just as effective. I'm actually using it. Okay. Hey Dale, that's the thing. CBD oil, if it's true CBD oil, it does not have THC in it, so therefore it's not going to get you high. It's an anti-inflammatory, and for someone like me, perfect. Okay, that's what I need. If someone is looking to it to knock down their anxieties, sometimes it works. I don't know. With CBD oil, does that knock down your anxieties, or do you need more of the THC in it?
Well, I use I use the full spectrum.
See,
where it's that legal amount of THC in it, which is 0.0. I think it's 0.03 or 0.003%. It's such a minute amount that it doesn't have the effects, but it is a minute amount. It's like a low dose kind of like, oh, well, I feel better now. I don't know why. Oh, well, I don't notice it, but I feel better now.
Okay. And hey, Dale, for insomnia, you're right. It's not going to work if it is CBD non-THC. It is not going to help your insomnia. I can tell you that right now, buddy.
THC is good for the insomnia, man, but you got to be careful, like what strain.
Exactly.
That's getting into a whole new subject that I don't want to beat down that path, man. I think we beat on that last week. If you want to go check our podcast out, go ahead and do it.
Exactly. And so Dale, THC, like Pookie said, there's some that are full spectrum. They have a little bit. The CBD oil has THC in it, and then there's stuff like what I take that's made from hemp that has no THC in it. So you have to know the different types of stuff out there. If you're still having problems with insomnia, hit me up on my page, private message me, and we'll talk. I've got things that help for insomnia, both physically or emotionally, depending on what your need is. Okay, so don't get too caught up in worrying about that one. I can check it out. And hey, Jake, see, is it illegal in South? Okay, Jake. Here's the deal. In South Dakota, yes, you're right. CBD oil is illegal unless it's made from hemp. Just so you know, buddy, if it is made from hemp, you are allowed to have it.
I think the federal law, don't quote me if I'm wrong on this, can have, like I said, the full spectrum can have a maximum of like 0.03 or 0.003% THC in it.
Yeah.
That's federal law. I mean, state law can trump federal law sometimes. Be careful with that.
Yeah. So just be careful. And Albert Tang, hi, good to see you, man. Glad you're here. And everybody in Mixer, I'm not ignoring you. I always make sure to check. If anybody doesn't know, I have a whole bunch of monitors up so I can say hi to everybody and keep a monitor on things and keep an eye on everybody. I'm not. Go ahead.
I'm seeing some stuff in the chat right now. Someone talking about like a bunch of people talking about like Motrin and stuff like that. I'd like to give a forewarning about that. Do not take Motrin on an empty stomach. Make sure you either take like a glass of milk if you can handle it, or some food with it, because you will fuck your stomach up doing that shit.
Well, not only that, Motrin has been linked to liver damage. Just so you know.
That's funny. VA told me to take Motrin.
I actually, because of my problems, I actually have to know all those things out there, because I'm actually on a high grade anti-inflammatory, and it can cause liver damage if I'm not careful. So I have to watch what I take on top of. So, just good information, right?
Try lavender essential oil, Albert Chang said.
Lavender essential oil. You know, I do lavender on occasion. In fact, that's a good one for, who was it, Dale? Lavender essential oil. What you do, not essential or even flower essence. It could be the aromatherapy lavender, or it could be the flower essence or the essential oil. But it has to have this strong, piercing smell to it. And what you do is you put it on a cotton ball, and then you put it in your pillow. When you lay your head down, as long as you're not allergic to it, it will actually give you a calm. It has a calming effect and will actually help you go to sleep. Just one thing. Okay, there are so many things out there. Like I said, hit me up, Dale. We'll talk about it, bud. This is the stuff I love to talk about. Okay, now I'm going to tell you all. Last week and this week have been one of those weeks where excuse my language, stuff got crazy for me. Okay. Some stuff happened in the first part of last week. Y'all saw me a little bit down, but I recovered. Okay. Now I took my computer in and to redo some stuff, and then lo and behold, and that was the only thing that was supposed to be happening. It was supposed to be a quiet time, and boy, all of a sudden, I had appointments all over the place. Stuff needed this. I forgot to go pick up my RAM.
Oh.
And then this week comes around, first part of the week, and okay, I hooked my computer up, and lo and behold, my camera wasn't working well. I mean, if I would have allowed it to keep going the way it was, I'd be choppy all over the place. Okay, horrible. And then I remembered a computer trick. USBs, your computer always favors one of your USB ports. And that's where I had the camera plugged in last time, and I forgot about that, and I plugged it in, and boom, there it was. And everything has been one of those, at the last minute, right before I'm ready to give up, it works.
You know, I don't know about Windows 10, but some of the older Windows operating systems, you get away with turning a USB stick into kind of some backup. I guess RAM. I guess you'd call it. You could turn it into some RAM, but it doesn't work as fast. I don't.
You've heard of Optane, right?
What is that?
Optane.
Octane.
Intel Optane. Okay, it's a new thing that they came out with that you can actually plug into your computer. You have to have a newer motherboard, and what it does is it sets up what you're talking about. You can go 16 or 32 and gigabytes, and it sets up a secondary system so that like if you're playing a game, it loads the game into that, so it's more quickly obtainable.
Oh, it's like a solid state at that point. Yeah,
it's even better than that. Okay. Because everything of mine is solid state, I don't really worry about it. But those people who are just working off of old hard drives, that's for them. So yeah, that they came out with it, and I didn't mean to get into computer talk. Don't worry, we won't keep going here. Yeah, I know a lot of people just sit there going, computers, man. All I want to have to do is turn them on, and they work. And I'm right there with you. I'm just a little bit of a geek about it because I started out with computers back when it was Packard Bell.
Yeah, I remember them old Packard Bells.
My first
Most unreliable pieces of shit on the planet.
My first Packard Bell was a Packard Bell 83. Was it megahertz? 83 megahertz. That's how slow. And it used to be for every megabyte you paid $1 for your hard drive. So if you wanted 300 megabytes, you paid $300.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I got I had a 4 terabyte, not terabyte, four what was it, a 400 megabyte SCSI drive array. And I was like the top notch at that point, man. It was megabytes. Yeah, excuse me. I mean,
yeah.
I remember the first gigabyte hard drive was holy shit. That's who's ever going to use that much? I've used that much damn data on my phone in like 5 minutes now.
I know, right? And Sean brought up Tandy. Remember Tandy computers?
Tandy, no, I don't.
Oh, that's old.
Jake Ford said, so on computers, what about that NSA chick that had 16 million dick pics she stole from work?
Oh, God.
You know what, Jake, that's like something I'm going to have to look into for Tinfoil Times, because that's more a Saturday show kind of thing, but I will look into it, and I will definitely get back with you on it. Give me about a week on this, man. It seems like a good topic to talk about.
You just got Pookie's ears up. What? Oh, and now Sean says, how about the Commodore 64? I'll be honest. When I was in the service, I didn't touch stuff like that. I didn't start touching anything. I got the first Nintendo system out there. That was my first system, gaming system, and I got that right as they started medically retiring me. Up until then, I didn't have time. Heck, I didn't even watch TV, hardly at all. Shoot, what was it? My first computer I got when I was medically retired, and I got it because I wanted to play a specific game. And then I bought the game, and it didn't work on that computer. And that's when a friend of mine actually showed me how to take everything out of the computer and build my own computer. And I've been building my own ever since.
Yeah, it was a hobby of mine, and then the Army destroyed it for me. They say like do what you love.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all, because then you start working professionally at what you love, you start to hate it after a while.
Yeah, and it can get frustrating. That it can. Oh, I want you all to remember, because we are in winter, what is the safety briefing for us?
Man, make sure you get some of that vitamin D in you if you're feeling kind of down. You say vitamin D in that red light every time.
There you go. Vitamin D in that red light. Remember to do that, people. It helps. You have to. It may sound simple, but sometimes the simple things work the best. So please keep that into consideration. So go get your, vitamin D. Pookie will tell you it's not hard to find. Bacon and beer.
Find it anywhere. Actually, you can get it at the dollar store if you want to.
Exactly. And they start at 500 units per dose, and they go all the way up to 10,000 units per dose, people. So don't hesitate to go get that stuff. It will help you immensely, and I mean immensely. You really will be surprised. It'll bring your mood up. You won't feel as easily touchy, ouchy, bitchy. And they're suggesting beer and bacon.
So someone in the chat, Patrick DeVera, Said, where do I get the red light?
Okay, red light. Normally, there's two places you can find it because you do not want to buy it yourself. That stuff is highly expensive. Okay, go to tanning booths. You call them and ask them, do they carry the non-UV red lights? Okay, simple. Someone normally does. If not there, okay, some gyms carry it. My gym carries it, and it's actually part of my pass. Is I pay for the ability to use that red light every time I go. Okay, Dale, how many units of vitamin D? Okay, it's different from everybody. Okay, if you're having depression problems in the winter, I would start at 1,000 units twice a day. If that doesn't work, go up. They have 2,000 units, then they have 5,000 units, then they have 10,000 units. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to injure your liver or kidney because you piss this stuff out. That's why you take it twice a day.
Water soluble, right?
Yep, water soluble. So that's the way I would go. And I know you can find it on Amazon, all sorts. I prefer the Now brand because they tend to be, their quality control tends to be good. So just saying, don't have to go. I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you my opinion as a shaman, and as someone who uses it. And like I said, the red lights, two places normally. If you go to tanning booths or gyms, tanning booths, make sure. Okay, UV lights. If you want to tan, that's fine. I'm not allowed to because of things that have happened over the years because of just things that have happened. I end up with skin cancer. I have to stay out of UV. But the red light booth is non-UV. So I end up getting that vitamin D without the tan. Yes, I'm a pasty today.
I was about to say too, put this out there. If you're taking certain medications, read the warning labels, read the
Yes,
side effects. Sometimes UV light will have a very adverse effect.
that's another thing. Two of my medications do not allow for UV light. Okay, so that's another reason I have to make sure it's vitamin D non-UV. So, and trust me, I feel better I do it 3 times a week, and I feel good. It keeps me going, even though I really don't have winter depression. It actually lifts me. Okay, because excuse me, I have gone weeks without it, and I'm just fine. I don't have winter depression. Some people do, but when I use it, it actually gives me a more of a warm sensation inside. I feel a little better. I feel like my body's doing better because vitamin D helps you absorb certain nutrients and minerals. So, just to think about, okay? All right,
Also
bud.
help. What was that? Calcium helps
Yeah,
with the bones.
it helps calcium. It helps a couple other nutrients and minerals I'm not going to get into, but calcium is the most well known one. So, keep that in mind. Keep it up. Hoorah.
We got the Russian guy in here.
Yeah.
the Russian bot, I guess. Doesn't does this guy kind of remind you of a T-1000? So you just got complimented looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, thank you. I wish. I'm
Wait. No. T-1000 was a liquid dude. So the guy from whoever that guy's name is.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
I could actually see that, man.
Oh, okay. Just so you know, um, to remind anybody who is married or who has girlfriends, start thinking about Valentine's Day, guys.
Blah.
Blah. It's a
That's a
conspiracy.
Hallmark holiday, in my opinion. This is my opinion. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it's just a Hallmark holiday.
You know, I don't mind it. My wife and I enjoy um, doing things with her and for her. So we do nice things. And I'll send her flowers. I'll cook her a meal. Um, it's just being able to let her know I care. And in turn, she does the same thing for me. We just enjoy that about each other. So I'm just bringing it up, starting to warn you a little bit so you remember, because the last thing you want. Go ahead.
Let me put a little advice out for these Joes out here with their girlfriends and wives and stuff like that. Don't treat Valentine's Day as that only time of year that you can give flowers and do nice things for your lady.
Yeah,
Vice versa, ladies for your man. Do nice things all year long.
I agree
Don't
with
have
that.
to. Do not wait till Valentine's. That's why I think Valentine's Day is this crock of shit. You're supposed to do nice shit for your significant other all the time.
And I
Bring
will
home flowers randomly. Just do nice things if they like flowers.
go with
Just
that
saying.
100%. I actually we celebrate our first date anniversary. We celebrate our engagement anniversary, our wedding anniversary.
Don't forget that wedding anniversary. Oh my God.
No, I don't. In fact, that's the most important. But that's the thing is I try to give, and yeah, you're right. I try to be there all the time. I try to. I tell people you can fall in and out of love, and this is coming from a man who's on his fourth marriage. So you can either say I know my shit or I don't know my shit, one way or the other, right? But you can fall in and out of love.
You're just experienced.
The difference is, are you friends? My wife and I are great friends. The lady I'm married to now, we're great friends. And we can sit there and talk. We have a lot in common. We enjoy just good conversation. Yeah, Dale, I'm on my fourth. So it is a nice thing to be able to just converse. I can tell you women more than anything like to just be able to talk and to know that someone listens and cares. And it really it does make a difference. So that's my advice. For those of you that are not married and who don't have girlfriends or boyfriends, you know what? You're right. It's just another day. It's just another day. Do, 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 do.
It's a good day to go out to the bar if you're looking for a hookup. Just saying.
So don't let it get to you. And if he does get to you, contact me. We'll talk. No, I'm not going to date you. But we'll talk. Because the one thing I tell people is you have to be comfortable with yourself. Okay? And you have to be comfortable with who you are inside before someone else can be comfortable with you inside. Okay? Just my thoughts. We haven't done a story yet, so why don't we bump up a story for fun? And here we are. Pets. Owners flock to Madrid church for blessings of animals. Madrid.
Wait. They're getting their animals blessed by the church?
Yup. In Madrid. Okay. Cats, dogs, and birds were blessed at a church in Madrid on Thursday on the feast day of Saint Anthony, the patron saint of animals, with many of the owners making an animal pilgrimage with their pets. St. Anthony, the Abbott's Church priest, Angel Garcia, expected up to 15,000 pets to be brought in for this year's ceremony. Holy cow. St. Anthony cared a great deal about dogs and abandoned animals, healing and feeding them. That's where the tradition comes from, said the priest who blesses each animal. We come here every year since I have her, and we come together, right, Rita? Madrid resident Maria Diaz said to her dog as she was hugging it, "St. Anthony is going to bless you. Do not tremble." Diana Castillo, another dog owner, said she was keeping up a family tradition started by her grandparents who would bring their pets to the ceremony, first celebrated 35 years ago. We are from Madrid for several generations, and St. Anthony has always been a very important church for our family. I come here since we adopted her 7 years ago, and we come every year. Wow. Now, okay, one, I love animals, okay? So I think this is pretty cool. All right. But now the follow up to that is, can you imagine the doo-doo?
Would you want to get stuck on that cleanup details?
Exactly. The doo-doo and the pee-pee, because the animals are going to be nervous. I mean, I'm sorry, those little dogs, all those people around them, all those other animals around them, they're going to be shaken either from nervousness or shaken from excitement, and that's going to make their little bladders go all over the place.
Damn, I'd be the jackass to bring a wolf.
Oh, God. I love it. You know, I'm going to say this. Don't forget during the winter, if you've got animals and it's cold, don't forget to take care of them. You don't have to.
Yeah, if you're cold, they're cold.
They're
Bring them
cold.
inside.
And everybody sits there and says, "Oh, they have fur coats." Yeah, their fur coats are only good until about what? 60, 50 degrees. And then at some point, when it goes down even below that, at some point it's going to hurt. And
Yeah, dogs burrow. It's their natural thing to do.
yeah,
Bears do it too. They get the fuck out the cool. Excuse my language.
oh no, it's okay. And that's the thing. I talk about my outdoor cat. My outdoor cat, she was abandoned. And we took a cardboard box, put batting inside, then put a tarp over it, and then put straw in it so that she could stay outside because there was no way in hell she wanted to come in. Okay. We would put food outside her little door, and she would pop out long enough to eat or go poop when it got cold. Finally, it got too cold where I sat there and said, I can't stand it because it got 10 below. And I brought her, or my wife. She liked my wife at the time more than she liked me. Apparently, she'd been kicked by men. So my wife picked her up and brought her in. And we put her in. Our garage is actually attached to the house and is actually a storage area so it can be kept warm. So we put her in there. We kind of spoiled her. We put a dog bed, then layered it with an electric blanket, and then put on top of it foam, making it into a tent with an army blanket so it insulated heat. And I'll tell you what, she loves it. That's where she sleeps. And that's her place of quiet. But she still goes outside, but she is old. She's now 14 or 15 years old. Been hit twice by car. She's got arthritis. In fact, I actually
cats have 9 lives. I really do believe that.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. This cat, she's faithful. She hates when I go outside in the spring or summer, and she's outside. If I cross the street, she screams at me. She wants me back in the yard. She is that loyal, and she's one of, but you can tell she has arthritis. I actually started her on CBD oil last week.
Mm-hmm, yeah, it works for cats and dogs as well. Actually, it works for horses if you can get enough for it. But
well, yeah, and it's I got the hemp, so it's an anti-inflammatory. You can tell when it actually hits her. she kind of loosens up. She's not stiff, and she automatically just starts purring and grinding in because the pain's gone away. So remember, if you're cold, they're cold. If you're wet, they're wet. So
Casey Lynn said the moral of the story is, if you ever need a warm place to stay, dress up in a cat suit and walk around Al's house.
I love it. Yeah, you're right, Casey. I'm that much of a sucker for animals. I love animals. And hey, Justin, it's good to see you. And Justin says hi to Pookie too.
Hey,
We're in another day doing another thing, right? Yeah, Casey. Casey knows me. I love animals. I've got 3 indoor cats and 1 outdoor. My 3 indoor cats are spoiled rotten. But that's me, okay? My kids, hey, my baby is almost 30 years old. So I have my life.
hey, man. Thanks for making me feel young again.
Yeah, that's why I laugh when everybody says I feel like an old man. You know what? I am an old man.
There's always bigger fish.
Exactly. There's always someone worse. And just remember that, okay? There's always someone worse. And so you can always lift up. And I'm not trying to put people down, but you have to remember they can always be worse. And when I say that, that comes from me. I was worse. When doctors are telling you, dude, you're going to die, at that point, yeah, not a good thing. And that's what my life was 4.5 years ago. Dude, you're going to die. And I'm still here. I'm still standing. It's because I made decisions. I became my own advocate. Me. And that's kind of the reason I'm around. I encourage people. I want people to become their own advocate. I want people to look out for themselves, to learn what it's going to take. Right, Pooks?
Justin Brooks said, I spent last night dealing with incompetent doctors. This show brings up my spirit. So there you go.
There you go, man. I'm glad I could bring your spirits up. Incompetent doctors, you know what? Okay, I'm going to say this. The healthcare system has become broke. And the reason they're broke is because doctors have stopped communicating with each other. Okay? You go to your primary doctor, your primary care doctor is only allowed to do certain things. And then they have to put out referrals. And those referrals go to specialists. And those specialists are supposed to report back to your primary care. But here's the problem with that. 1, a lot of times they don't report back. And 2, your primary care sees so many patients. He probably didn't see your shit. And at that point, you get lost in the shuffle if you rely on the doctors. Okay? Granted, I have medical background, so I can kind of, fish around, know what I'm doing, know when someone's not catching on to stuff, so on and so forth. But you know what? You can become smarter than the doctor about you. Okay? And thank you for following me. Was it PettyNat31? You can become knowledgeable about your illnesses, your problems. When you go in
research it.
What?
No, I said it's simple. Just research. Like if they say something's wrong with you, research it. And if they told you something that like, okay, this is it, but it doesn't seem right, that's when you start. That maybe I need a second opinion on this. Well, even though if they tell you something life threatening, always get a second opinion.
And even if they're telling and it is real, it doesn't mean you can't research it and know it good enough to say, hey, what about this? Now, I was one of those people. Okay, my doctors were saying next time you catch pneumonia, and you're probably going to catch it because it was winter. You're probably going to catch it in the next 2 or 3 months. We can't help you. We're going to admit you to the hospital. We're going to pump you full of medicine, but you're not going to live. Medicine won't work. I can tell you that. That was it. That's all they had to say to me. Okay. So, what did I do? I looked around. Someone who I did not expect gave me some information, and I took that information and I ran with it. And I ran hard. And I got on that medicine, and here I am today. And Pookie's actually heard me talk about it. What the heck? I'm going to pull it up because I still have it.
Yeah, I was about to say you're talking about the LDN shit, ain't you?
I just pulled up the medicine that changed my life. Now I want you to look at this list, okay, people? This list is not solely all that it helps. If you have an autoimmune disease, look at it. If you have anything that is any related to any of this stuff, and if you're not even sure, ask your doctor. Hey, do I have an immune system deficiency? Okay, and I'm going to say this: you can be on medications that actually kill your immune system. Literally, with me, when doctors give the warning, you have to have a TB test before you get on this medicine. Or if you get an infection, I need to know immediately. If you have an infection now, I have to know before I can let you. We have to take care of it before you get on this medicine. That medicine is an immune system killer. Be aware, be proactive, understand, and know.
Mm-hmm. Methotrexate does the same thing, man.
Oh, methotrexate chemotherapy medicines destroy immune systems because what they do is they're cell killers. They will literally kill your cells. They're not they're indiscriminate. They will attack every cell in your body with the ability. Yes, it will go after the cells that are hurting you with your arthritis or with cancer, but they're also going to get the good cells, the cells that you need. That's the difference. This stuff.
So antibiotics are the same shit. A lot of people don't realize that they kill off the good bacteria inside you, and
exactly, antibiotics will actually hurt your immune system in your intestines. Okay, because it actually flushes out your intestines of the good bacteria. So again, I'm showing this, and I'm not trying to preach at you, but I'm looking at it this way. Okay, Minx is going to be back. You may not hear this from you. I'm on Kaz's show. Kaz and I work our show a little bit differently, so I don't know what I'm going to be able to bring in and what I'm not going to be able to bring in. Okay.
What day's your show on again?
Sunday.
Is it Sunday, right? Yep. Sunday, Kicking It with Kaz, right?
Kicking It with Kaz. And so I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to talk about this stuff again. That's going to be up to him and me more him because it's his show. And I want you to know that's the reason I present this stuff. Had it not been for the fact that, Minx, this is her show. She's coming back. I wasn't able to grab some of the people I wanted to grab to interview. I was going to be able to get them in February, and February's too late. Everybody, because of the snow and everything, they became really, really busy, and it was a scheduling thing. So, I was going to bring in a chiropractor, one that I trust, who knows.
I've been really looking into that, man, for my back.
He would have been able to tell you what to look for, how to tell if you're being scammed, and what to do and what not to do, and some of the devices that chiropractors have, because a lot of people, the first complaint out of their mouth is, I don't like them cracking my back. Okay? Well, here's the deal. They actually have little instruments that actually just push. Don't crack. Lightly tap. your vertebrae
I,
back.
I like feeling my bones cracking, man. It feels good.
Well, and see, some people don't mind that, and some people, I can even tell you, there are, and he would tell you, there are ways to make it a session with them even work better. There's do's and don'ts. We were going to talk about that, and then I was going to bring in several times a naturopath, because I tell you what, naturopaths, they take blood work that no doctor takes. They actually can, in your blood work, tell if you're getting enough vitamin D or if you're absorbing. They can tell what your iron in is. They can tell what you're absorbing vitamin wise and what you're not absorbing. They can tell you things like if you have celiac disease, all sorts of stuff. That's what naturopaths do. They think beyond what doctors do. Okay, and then on top of it, like my naturopath, he actually does acupuncture. And everybody goes, "Oh God, needles!" I'm right there with you, my friends.
I did a acupuncture session one time, and something happened where I had to get up in the middle of it. And I'm really wishing I would have sat through the whole session and just got it done.
Yeah.
Because I guess like the guy who did it to me was like, if you get up, you're not gonna get the results that you want. I'm like,
And that's just it. Acupuncturist, and I'm going to explain it. The needle goes barely under the skin. I mean, really, really, really.
If you can get a tattoo, you can do acupuncture.
Because it's not as bad as a tattoo. Okay.
I love tattoos though. That's a session that I do need in my life. It's a good tattoo session, because that is a good. I don't know. It's like the endorphin release. Like for the first, like I don't know how to explain it. For like 3-4 days afterwards, you're on like an endorphin high, and it's just lovely.
Exactly. Well, with this, what they actually do, and I know this because I asked him, and I have several acupuncturists I know, and they've explained this to me. Acupuncture, what they do is they actually go in, and you have a lot of nerves that do have a lot of synapses that function, that touch different things in your body, and stimulate. And what they do is they know the nerves where they are, and they actually put a little dinky pin to stimulate a nerve.
It almost looks the ones I've seen are medical grade. They actually look like kind of like one of those EKG.
Yeah.
But the EKGs are like flat metal. This has like kind of like a little tiny spike, just barely. It's like, I don't know. Have you ever stepped on a sand spur and out a little bit? Yep. That's what it feels like.
And that's just it. It's not really painful, but what it will do is stimulate a nerve to do something. So, say you've got problems with your legs not relaxing, and it can be and he'll tell you if a true acupuncturist will tell you if
it's for restless leg syndrome.
Yep, they can actually,
okay, I definitely need to look into that now.
They can actually stimulate certain nerves to get your legs to relax, and they may tell you it may take several treatments. It's not because they're trying to milk you for money. Sometimes the nerves have to be conditioned to stimulate whatever they're stimulating, to condition what they're stimulating to do what they're supposed to do. So it may take 3, 4, 5 times, but after those 3, 4, 5 times, that conditioning has caused the effect you want. Just so you know, I was going to bring someone in like that. Excuse me. I was also going to be bringing in people to whether the bariatric chambers, hyperbaric chambers that you can get in for oxygen, what they're good for.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to try that too, because they say it's really good for helping like after a workout.
Yep. But what this is, because it's not exactly cheap, what you use it for is people who have things like, even me, they say with arthritis, it over oxygenates because your skin breathes. It actually gives you that extra oxygen to stimulate your body to help you. Okay, there's a lot of things that actually help. I was looking at bringing in many people. I was going to bring in licensed master herbalist.
I got a question in the chat, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Michael Dismeyer says, what about Botox shots for pain blocks?
You know, the naturopaths actually do that too.
Because I've heard of Botox for like extreme migraines, because
Yep.
they were actually debating on giving me Botox injections for my migraines.
Yep.
But then they found a drug that worked for me,
Okay.
and I only take that when I get my migraines, and like the severe ones. The little ones I'll deal with,
Yeah.
put some sunglasses on, and roll the hell out. But the ones where it's just like debilitating, where can't do anything, I pop a pill, wait about an hour, and if it's pop another one, and then bam, I'm back to duty again at that point.
Well, good. Well, then that's the whole thing. Those are the type of things that I want to bring to you guys, because the VA now has that mandate where they have to start offering you pain management alternatives to the opiates. Okay? So keep this in mind. And I really mean this. Keep it in mind. And if you want to talk to me about it, hit me up on my John Al page, or go to my website and hit me up through my contact page. It'll go to my emails. Okay? I'm there. That's the reason I'm part of WTF. I want to be there for y'all. Okay? Anyway, did you realize we are at the top of the hour?
I was just about to tell you that, but you beat me to it.
Okay. So I am going to say we will be back in about, let's say, somewhere around 10 minutes. All right. And yes, I made sure to undo the buttons that I needed to undo so that you will be able to hear the music right this time. So, shots.
Too hot to handle, I'm a countryman now. Get your feel now, cause the contraband's out. Yankee boy, no, I ain't from the South. But if you're talking to me, you better watch your mouth. Lit up like a stove, I'm a country campfire. Best of the best, and the rest you can't find. Chillin' with blues, rock and roll, and cheap wine. That's how the story's told, so it goes through the grapevine. Keep me drinking this whiskey, leave my head banging like an 808. Living this life seems risky, but it's the only way left to escape. Mama keeps saying she'll miss me, can't blame her for all my hate. Keep me drinking this whiskey until the day that I'm laying in my grave. I'm telling you, man, you know this real shit's hard. Work a full-time job, I'm still stuck in a box. Breaking my back, trying to save up the stack. But every time I go forward, man, I just go back. I need loose strings and the homies in jail. I put money on his books, but he's still gonna fail. Kid support's high and it's half-ass due. I don't like to spend cash if I know I'ma lose. I got no time like you seem to do. I'd rather spend my money, get my kids some shoes. I've made mistakes just like we all do. It's time to pay for my crimes, man, I'll pay my dues. Keep me drinking this whiskey, leave my head banging like an 808. Living this life seems risky, just comes naturally. Daylight to dark is not for the typical man. Just a backwoods country boy, proud of who I am. Proud of who I am. Proud of who I am. Well, this is my rifle, this is my gun. Let's get 'em, boys, come on and get you some. Let's get you some. And I'll fire all my rounds downrange till the enemy gets the same. Yes, sir, I knew exactly what I was doing when I swore to Uncle Sam. If you don't like the way I'm living, just remember that it's for you. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun for the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Pack my bags, headed out to the big sandbox. Just some good old boys and me, some medicine night. Well, the price of freedom, son, it don't come free. I guess that's why the good Lord chose me. This here's my rifle, this here's my gun. Let's get 'em, boys, come on and get you some. Let's get you some. And I'll fire all my rounds downrange till the enemy gets the same. Yes, sir, I knew exactly what I was doing when I swore to Uncle Sam. If you don't like the way I'm living, just remember that it's for you. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun for the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. We do it for you. 'Cause that's what we do.
Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away. And the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road call says the wind blows, 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones. Hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows?
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
Man, day after day is just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with a ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the line in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you. And I ain't like you.
Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music, but nobody is moving. Cause don't nobody care, and everyone's confused. So the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end. Cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions. Like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear, and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change. Cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want. But if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects and mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact the physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shouts.
Well, we are now back. And we are up, Pookie. You there?
I'm here.
All right. That got me. I was doing my little jig. I don't know if you saw that, but I was enjoying myself, waving my arms around, getting into it. Don't forget, you got to get up and move your butt.
That's one thing I need to start doing.
Oh, man. You know, one of the things that helps for depression, and I know you don't want to hear it, going and working out. And you don't have to work out at the gym. One of the things that maybe I've got a guy who is a trainer. We're actually going to put together some YouTube videos of beginning stuff that, I mean, how many of us, when we get out of the service, what's the first thing we say? Come on, Pook, you know it.
I'm never going to work out again, and I'm never going to shave. I'm never cut my hair.
There you go. Okay.
There you go.
So, that's a nice thought and a great sentiment. The downside to that is you do need...
You start looking like a fat homeless bum.
Exactly. You do need to do something. Okay? We're going to put together some videos, that are going to start out with just very basics like stretching. Because believe it or not, you can actually work up a sweat stretching.
Going to stretching, I know like a lot of of the infantry guys and artillery guys and combat arms guys hear yoga and they go, yeah, and they run away from it. But there's just like, I don't know. Have you seen that motivational video where that guy was like using like walker to walk around, and he started doing yoga, and he lost all his weight, and now he's able to walk like a normal human being
Oh, yeah.
again because of yoga?
Oh, yeah, that was actually on Shark Tank. The guy actually showed up on Shark Tank because he was promoting the guy who got him into it. So, yeah. You still there?
Oh, no, I'm here. I was just reading a message, just like no PRT exclamation point. I said Michael Dismeyer.
Okay. No PRT? Oh, no PT.
That's that's that stupid PT regiment they came up with. Oh, you weren't in, so you wouldn't know about it. It was like they try to do like calisthenics from football, but then they'd do it and then they'd throw you for like a 5-mile run. That's
No.
not what it's designed for.
No.
It was messing people up like hardcore,
No,
and then they changed it up.
No, what I'm going to do is stuff that the trainer and I talked about it. Okay, first, really, very first thing we're going to talk about is just stretching. Basic stretching. Stuff that you did back in junior high and senior high. Okay? Then we're going to move into simple stuff that all this stuff is going to be at home. Okay? Stuff that you can do at home while you're during during commercials. Okay? Where you can just, and I'm not talking about, got to do the military push-up. You know what? You may not be able to start with the military push-up. You may need to bend your knees.
I can't do a push-up anymore because the way my hand's crippled, I have to, like the military push-up, hands flat on the ground, I can't do it. I have to do with my fist balled.
And see, I have problems too. So the whole idea is to make it so that it's not too much too quickly. And that you remember to do things like, okay, after you do exercise during some commercials, to stretch so that you don't end up with the lactic acid in your muscles, which causes you that whole stiffness.
Soreness.
Yeah.
The ridiculous soreness. Like everyone in the U.S. Army WTF Moments chat can agree with me on this. That stupid, ridiculous Monday run that the commander or first sergeant would want to do.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the week, you'd go to bend over to pick up a pencil or a pen, and you feel it.
Exactly. That's the whole idea, is we're going to do it so that you're going to have to put in some effort. But the whole idea is the effort is going to help you feel better. Because that's the one thing that does help also winter aphasia, is getting blood circulating. Because that helps with absorption. So, just something I wanted to bring up, because I got to thinking about that, and I know people tend to shy away from PT or any kind of exercise after being in the military, and that's fine, but
that's like a post-traumatic stress issue right there. Having to do it 5 days a week, that whole repetitive, like mindless, like do this, position that, and everyone's just, I don't know. That's what bugs me.
Well, yeah, and that's not what I am going to do, is give you stuff that will make you feel good at the end of the exercises. It'll help bring you up out of a day of just sitting on the couch or not quite feeling up to par. This will help bring you up a little bit. So that's another thing I am planning to do. Excuse me. I'm here for a reason, and I want you to know, just because come the 5th of February, Minx is getting she's going to take over Tied Up Tuesdays. I don't tie up, she does.
She's into the whips and chains and stuff.
Yeah. So that's her. And at that point, Kaz and I'll talk it over and see what happens. And WTF, it's all up to them. I'm just a simple little shaman doing a simple little thing. Okay, what exercises can you do when you have hardware in your lower back? Believe it or not, there are a lot of exercises. Just because you have hardware in your back doesn't mean you can't move, and it doesn't mean you can't stretch. It may be different, and you may not be able to do as much, but you can still do it. And that's the important part, is that you do it, even if it's not much, because every little bit helps.
I mean, walk a mile a day. That's the easiest way to start it. Just start walking. That's the way I tell everyone. Just walk.
Exactly.
You don't have to go out there and run your old 10 miles like you used to when you were 20. Just
No.
like a lot of people still think they're 20 years old and go out and try. I did it once or twice, and I damn near destroyed myself for a week or two afterwards because, I'm going to go run 5 miles.
Yep.
I did the 5 miles. The after effects were devastating.
And that's just it. Excuse me. You can, if you're in a town or city that has a mall, inquire.
The mall walk. No.
Malls actually open up in the morning a lot of times for walkers, and you can actually go walk. And Pookie's laughing about that, but during the winter, it's dry and warm.
No, I'm just laughing because I just had a flashback from my childhood going to a mall early in the morning. Like a bunch of the older people at the time, they're probably deceased at this point, but they had like the ski poles that were cut off walking, the hiking poles on both arms walking. I'm like power walking in there. This is like, I guess, late 80s, early 90s, where they had the swishy air suits that were like all like psychedelic looking.
Yep. And you wouldn't believe some of those guys. I mean, tell you what, they put everybody to shame. They move out. Okay. I actually go to the gym, and I use an elliptical. I go at my own pace. It's not a race, and I'm not going up and against anybody. I'm just doing it for me. And hey, good to see you again, Faith. She says she loves doing that also. See, that's just it. Think outside the box. And if you can't think outside the box, get a hold of me. We'll both try to think outside the box. Get a hold of Pookie. He'll help you think outside the box. Okay?
I'm really good at thinking outside the box.
That you are. I walk a lot, but it's trying to recover from it that hurts. Tons of nerve damage in my legs and back. Okay, you know what? There's a thing called swimming.
Swimming, okay. Swimming is the best exercise by far on the face of the planet, I think. I'm a good swimmer. My lung capacity is crap because, after getting out of the military, not exercising, not doing cardio, smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day, I might be able to make it 25 meters before I feel like I'm drowning. So, I mean, but I will say that swimming is legit.
So, again, think outside of the box.
They do water aerobics.
They do.
It's legit. It takes the shock, the gravity shock off of your joints if you have joint issues.
Exactly.
But you're still working out at that point.
And that's so, Sean. Look into YMCA's have it. Talk to the VA. Sometimes they'll even cover it, or they have it. And some places will let vets in for free to do it. So you're not without possibilities, okay? And I was a medic, so I understand the whole medevac crew. So yeah, don't hesitate. There's water aerobics. You can swim laps. There's all sorts of stuff out there. Get out there. I want you guys around for a long time to listen to my silly, stupid stuff. Okay? I don't want to be hearing about funerals. I want to know you all are doing good. So I was going to take this moment. Everybody sits there and I'm sure wonders what reason do I sit there and play that same silly song from Luke Humphrey. Go check his page out, Luke Humphrey on Facebook. Okay? The reason I play it is because it's upbeat. This music itself makes you feel good. And it's
uplifting.
Uplifting. Exactly. I want everyone to be able to smile by the end of the show. I want everybody to be able to say, I feel better. And that's my goal for you guys. Okay. That's the reason I sit there and you think I'm being goofy and trying to track it. No, I enjoy sitting there swinging my arms. I enjoy sitting there doing the whole thing. I can't get on my feet and dance because I will tumble. My legs.
I've seen some people making comments in the chat about, oh, look at this guy, he's up in here having a good time. I'm like, yeah, so what? Like I don't reply back to him. I mean,
Well,
but
but I don't mind. Okay, you can think what you want to think. And hello, Paul Base Bear. Hello from Normandy, precisely, KN. It's good to see you. It's nice to have someone from there. It's always good for people to join in. But no, the reason.
Music is a great healer. I think, who said that? Oh no, they just said I love music.
Yeah.
No, but I will agree with I love music too. But music is a great mood changer. You got to be careful about what music you listen to. If you're in a bad mood, don't listen to depressing music. It'll just make it worse.
That's the reason you hear the specific songs I pick, because they're not depressing. They have something that will lift you and make you feel better, help you feel like you're capable.
Gets me hyped up, super hyped up. Like if I'm trying to do something I'm like scared to do or whatever it is, but I'm trying to get super hyped up, I listen to Viking death metal. It gets me like I can do anything. Like it gets me just
exactly.
At that point.
And so, that's the reason I do it. I also try not to play any music that will stress, because there is actual music that can stress you out because it'll play on your emotion, just like the news media does.
The media has perfected playing the heartstrings. Be careful with that.
And see, I don't like that. I'm not here to play your heartstrings. I'm here to talk about you. I'm here to get together with you and say, okay, buddy, what can we do? What can we talk about that will help you? And that's the reason I talk about some of the stuff I do. I have silly little stories I talk about if, okay, I figure I'm rambling on or something. Or I try to bring up stuff that is pertinent, that will get you. I've had people who contact me on my page and they're like, I have all these problems going on. I don't immediately, I don't talk about just the recordings I have. I go through a myriad of steps when someone talks to me of what they need to do to help themselves. And the first thing I go after is sleep. If you're not sleeping, life just isn't fun.
Or you're sleeping too much too. That gets real depressing too. Exactly. I've been there, done it.
So I talk about everything, and I try to tell you that you are important, and I try to remind you that you're important. Okay, I hadn't told Pookie this, but I decided on break, because the word stress stuck in my mind, and I sat there and said, I don't want to stress anybody out. Last week, like I said, I wasn't as on point as I should have been. So tell you what, while everybody is sitting here, why doesn't everybody, if you're sitting, if you're driving, do not do this. If you're doing anything that needs your attention, do not do this. But if you're sitting, do this for me. Take your left or right hand, whichever you write with, put it down beside you. Okay? Once you put it down beside you, point it directly into the floor and picture pushing energy down into the earth. Not hurting anything electrical, not touching anything electrical, just going straight down. Not touching any animals, just going straight down. Okay? And as that's going on, let any energy from the stress from the last week, join that flow down into earth. And let earth take care of that energy for you. Earth can use it for whatever it wants to. Just let it go. And let go of any negative feelings and any negative energy that you have been feeling from all the burdens that people are telling you have to think about or hold. Let that join the flow down. While that's going on, let any forgotten energy about that joint down. While that's going on, let any suppressed energy about that joint flow down into the earth. And while that's going on, let any negated energy join the flow down to the earth. You are allowed to be happy no matter what anybody tells you. Let that energy go. Take a breath as the energy leaves. Let that air coming into your lungs be cleansing. Let that help push that energy down into the earth. And let the energy go from your shoulders. Let the energy go from your chest. Let the energy go from your abdomen. Let the energy go from your feet. Let it all go down. And just let your body relax. My words aren't here to hurt you. No one is going to hurt you. Let your energy just. No one is judging you. No one is telling you you have to do or feel anything. You can just let that energy go down into the earth that is keeping. While that's going on, let everything go as it's going down into the earth. You're going to feel slowly that it's going to a trickle. Let that trickle go down to where there's nothing. Then close your hand, bring it back up. How does that feel? Again, you're okay. Take a breath. Do you feel better? Okay. I apologize. I wanted everybody to take a breath. I know how rough a week. How do you feel, Pookie?
Feel good.
Good. I'm glad. And I apologize. Pookie, sometimes Skype likes to mess with our connection a little bit. I've noticed that lately. Okay. Go ahead.
No.
You know, I'm glad you feel better, Faith. I want everybody to understand. Just taking a breath some days, taking a minute and allowing everything around you to just go quiet. That's really all meditation is just taking a moment for you. Because so many of us forget to take that moment. So many of us say, I don't have 5 minutes out of the day. Yes, you do. And I've had people say, well, when I meditate, I end up falling asleep. Good. There's nothing
That's
wrong
a
with
good
that.
thing.
It's a good thing. Like Pookie said, it is a good thing. Okay? Good. If that's what it takes to help you, I'm all for it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people pull on you. When I talk to you, I try very hard to find ways to talk without giving you my opinion that would pull on your heartstrings. I will give you wisdom that I have learned from experience. I will cite what I know, but my opinion is mine. And I do not feel it's necessary to bring it to you. because you have.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, I'm just gonna bring some hillbilly rhetoric to it, or whatever the word is. My granddad used to tell me opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and everyone stinks.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't like to I'll put my opinion out there if it's like work related, but if it's political related, keep it to myself. Keep it to yourself.
Exactly. Politics. There's a lot of politics out there, and we all know it. Okay. I don't need to talk about politics to any of you. Y'all don't need to hear my politics. If you wanted to know my politics, you'd ask me, but you don't, because you don't need to hear it.
Patty Oakley said, giving yourself permission to start your day on your own terms is helpful.
Yes. This may sound silly, and I tell people this who talk to me. Sometimes I tell people to put pieces of paper on the mirror, and it says things like, it's okay to be happy today. It's okay to be me today. Things that reinforce the fact you are allowed to be you. Because as silly as that sounds, it's not. Because everybody is trying to, during the day, give you their opinion. Everybody during the day is trying to get you to listen to their opinion. And everybody during the day is trying to burden you with a lot of thought. So what I do is I try and get people to get rid of the burden, to get rid of the things that feel like they're almost harmful. In fact, they are harmful.
You know, Ross Golden said something very legit in the chat, and I stand by this. And I started doing it recently because I'm a lazy bastard, and I will put shit off.
Yeah.
But he said, when you get up, make your bed. Make your bed. It gets you in like an organized kind of. If you're disorganized and you need a little guidance, first just teach yourself. Wake up in the morning, make your bed, clean your sleeping area up. When you come home, that made bed makes you feel so much better at the end of the night.
And I go with that. I have certain things I do. I don't work, but my wife does. So I get up with her. And there's certain things I do with her that establish the day. That make that day, it's going to be what it is. So if you think about things like that, if you allow yourself, excuse me, I need a sip of water here. But if you allow yourself to do the simple things, the military, it had it through its rough points, but it did make you do certain things like make your bed. Things that you did that were established that made you feel like the day was going to move forward. That's the type of thing that helps you wake up and feel good. Okay? It says the day's going to move forward, and I'm a part of it. So when you think about things like that, do things like that. Make it a routine. Like I said, put something in the mirror. I say to yourself in the morning, I am allowed to smile. I'm allowed to be happy.
I'm allowed to be me.
I'm allowed to be me. Simple little things. We're not talking, great philosophy. I've had people. I'm going to have to take the top off. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was about to say, if you want to talk great philosophy, we can sit here for days talking about it. No one's going to understand what we're talking about.
No kidding, right? Here's something I tell people. People will sit there, and I've had people challenge me all the time. You're a shaman? You don't sound like a shaman. And the first thing I say is, what does this shaman sound like? Do we have a specific voice?
Dude, they're probably thinking like the more like was this James Earl Jones Darth Vader voice like, oh Luke, no, I am your father.
Well, it gets even funnier. Okay, they watch TV and they watch movies, and they'll sit there and talk about, um, oh, how this shaman was so wise and all these things. And I sit there and say, I'll tell you what, the most wise shaman there are out there are the ones that are the most simple, say the least, but carry the most weight.
It sounds like something like my grandfather used to tell me is like always listen to the man who has the least to say.
You know, when I come on the show, I try to spread my happiness. My wife will tell you I am an outgoing person. I do like to talk. So I do enjoy a good conversation. And I've had people say, "Well, you don't talk like a shaman." I said, "That's because the conversation did not warrant me to act like a shaman." They're like, "Well, you have to act like." I said, "I'm a shaman every day, every minute. But what you want is a conversation. As a shaman, if I talk like a shaman, I usually have to have a translator." And as silly as that sounds, I'm not kidding. I've gone to meetings with other shaman, and usually each one of us has our own translator with us. Not because we speak a different language, but because we can form around our own thoughts. We form so many things, and trying to mesh those together to try to meet in the middle. I always say, get two shamans in the room, you'll have 1,001 opinions. And it's true. I will talk how I think I can be heard. And that's what is important to me. I know if Pookie has heard me talk when we've talked philosophy.
Oh yeah, no, me and him have got total. It's like sounds like two totally different languages. We're supposed to speak in English, but we both understand each other in a sense.
And that's the difference. Okay. Jake Ford, Shaman to English Dictionary. Okay, Jake. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to figure out with this.
All right, I think where he's getting is like, you're more of. Let me see. Think about it. You're not more of the spiritual shaman. You're more of well, you are spiritual. I don't know how to explain it. Like me, I'm more like Zen. I'm not a shaman, but I like my philosophy is more like a Zen,
Okay.
kind of like an Eastern kind of philosophy. Where I mean, yours is more like I don't know. I still try to figure this out.
I know many shaman. I'll put it this way. Um, I've known shaman that, oh, geez. Most shaman are very earth oriented. And that's the reason Pookie has a hard time with me. I'm not. I'm more universe oriented. So I don't just think about.
It's just like that's why I get along with you so well because me and you kind of got that universe and shit going.
And that's just it. I think more than just Earth. I think about the universe and all that's out there beyond the universe. I take all that in consideration when I do my thoughts. So that's me. Most shaman actually are very earth oriented and what applies to the earth. And that's fine. That is what they are. Many shamans
I mean,
have many.
the earth is a great grounding rod. I tell people that all the time.
You know, I've seen shaman who are great at predicting weather because they pay attention to earth. I've seen shaman who are great at healing because they have paid particular attention to the body and its nuances. I go further. I know a lot of that. If you ask me to focus, I can. But I go further. That's my preference. So that's what I am. And I try to pass some of the universal knowledge on. Because the universe, Earth right now is so focused and polarized because some people want it to be. And it's almost vibrating because it's shaky. Because people want you to do this or want you to do that or get in your face. And it's all about pounding at you.
Yeah, I get that weird vibration sometimes. I know what you're talking about. I feel it like on a daily basis. Like, I don't know. I feel it as a bad vibe. Some people like say bad vibe, good vibe. Mine with this right now is a bad vibe.
Well, but see, the universe isn't like this. That's the difference. I try to bring the universe to you guys. And Branko, thank you for the compliment. I'm going to say something. Excuse me, my butt's going to sleep here. I'm going to say something I don't normally say because as a shaman, I tend to hold things tight to my. I hold my cards tight to me. I'm a neutral shaman. Most shamans aren't. And when I say that, I'm very serious. They are not.
Looks like old Minx that used to run the show here, and she's gonna start doing it here soon, I think. Used to say she's kind of like a neutral. I guess she's like a Wiccan. I've never really looked into it. I know about the kind of ifs and outs of it.
Yeah.
The philosophy behind it, but I mean, I guess it makes sense because, like, I used to say all the time when I was like do my hacking, when I was learning to hack, I was, like, leaned more towards the gray hat. You know, I'll do what I want, but I do good when I do it. You know?
With me, I'm not, because I believe in universe. The universe is not good or bad. It balances good and bad.
I think the universe is pure chaos. We're getting to philosophy here, but it's just me.
Chaos is a part of it. Chaos has to be a part of it. But it is balanced. And that's what I try to achieve, is balance. And that's what...
Oh,
go ahead. What?
Star Wars nerd. It just came out. You are the Darth Revan of the shaman.
I am who I am. I've been trying, and I've got one more show. That's next week. I've been trying to bring my universal thoughts to you. Hey, Faith, if you want to know more about shaman, talk to me. I can give you some references, and if you just want to talk, we can talk. Ask Pookie. I don't mind.
So I love talking to Al. He's awesome. If I'm feeling bad, I talk to him, get some shit off my chest, and then come away 1,000 times more smarter. So it works.
So here's what I say. I'm here to talk and to help everybody. I actually told, as part of my entering WTF Nation Radio, I said, I don't have a tribe. I want to be the military tribe shaman. I want to be there for us, the forgotten culture, the forgotten brothers and sisters. Okay? Too many of us, I've talked to psychologists, and they say we have our own little culture. Okay, we do. We are a subculture.
I agree with that.
But with that, we need our spiritual. I'm not. I'll never ever think that I'm against religion and Christianity, so on and so forth, because I'm not. As long as you have faith and it works for you, that's what's important. I'm here to help you find the inner faith for you. If you're Christian, I just say let's enhance it. Let's make it stronger. Let's be the spiritual, because we've been through it. We've been through shit that nobody can talk about. We earn the right to be spiritual. We've earned the right to be strong. So that's the reason I'm here for y'all. That's the reason I'm here to care about y'all and to be here every step of the way. Again, just because I'm not going to be on Tuesdays doesn't mean I won't be on Sundays. It doesn't mean you can't look up my Facebook and talk to me. I'm going to start streaming as much as I can during the week. I'm going to play games. Pookie knows that.
I get that Skyrim.
I got Skyrim. I got Baldur's Gate. I got Galactic Civilization 2 and a couple others that I'm going to get.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
You get the Sid Meier's, man. The new one. Look into it. I've been wanting to play it. Oh my God, you'll lose days playing that game.
But I'm going to be doing that not because I want to, not because I'm a hardcore gamer. I'm anything I used to be. I can make you all look horrible, trust me. What I'm there to do is if you want to come in and talk, because all those games can be paused. Okay? All those games are, I can talk while I'm playing. Okay? That's the reason I'm going to be doing it.
I call that game therapy.
Yeah.
I love doing it. I like, if I'm feeling bad, I go on Facebook Gaming or Twitch or Mixer or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And I find someone that's calm, peaceful,
and
non-aggressive, non-trollish.
Exactly. When I play,
does their thing, and I enjoy watching it.
When I play, the only thing I may look is silly because I don't know something. Otherwise, I'm just playing for fun. I don't stress. That's the whole idea. Hey, talk to you later, Faith. You get some rest, Faith. She has to go a little bit early.
Have fun, Faith. Love you.
Love you, Faith. It's good to see you. Really is. But that's what I'm going. I try to promote, and you should promote. Here's something. I said this once before. Go out every day when you go out, and smile at one person, or say hello, or open a door. That will help them, and that will help you.
Well, it could backfire on you if you're opening doors for people. It depends on where you're at. In the good old South, people appreciate that.
I'm talking. Oh, no. I live up in in Washington State. It's still okay. And if you are pleasant, you say, as they go, have a good day.
I love doing that. Looking at people and saying, like, hi, how you doing? Or, like giving them like a greeting. And like some people just receive it so negatively, but then you see that one person that smiles and like lit up their day, like someone actually paid attention to me.
And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. In the military, we were brothers and sisters. Excuse me. And we had our sibling rivalries because of that. We were mean.
But you never walked by anyone in the military and said, hey, or hello, Sergeant Major, or salute to the officers, or hey, First Sergeant, or, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. If you walk by someone and you said, hey, hi.
We showed common courtesy. And that's
hmm
the most important part. Okay?
I think that's a lost art right now.
It
Common
is.
courtime.
And so,
I mean, I could applaud everyone that's listening right now to just start doing it. Just like walk by and say, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm doing good. How about you? Oh, I'm doing great. That's it. That's it. It makes everyone's day at that point.
but I
Someone was
encourage
nice to me.
people, I
I
encourage
feel
people,
better now.
I encourage people not to do something that makes people feel the need to reply, because some people are in a hurry. What I do is say, have a good day. It's something they don't have to reply to, but I just gave them a fair greeting. It's a good start. And if you feel like someone looks like they are moving and a conversation wouldn't hurt, say, how are you doing? But be what we were in the military. Because you know as well as I do, in the military, even on our shittiest days, we still tried to
Mm-hmm.
show common
Was
decency.
that it's like that whole what's the movie where like the I think it was like a corporal or a sergeant kept walking by Sergeant Major like, "How you doing, Sergeant Major? What are you, the fucking weatherman?" You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly. But the thing is, eventually, it does help lift people. And it'll help lift you, because you can feel good about what you said, and you can feel good about the fact that you aren't letting everything else burden you.
Just push that positive energy out a little bit, man.
Exactly.
Just do it, please, please.
And
We need a little bit of that more, man. I'm sick of like being barraged by so much negativity. Push some positive shit out.
exactly. And that's yes, we were soldiers. But we're not. We still are soldiers in our own way. But
Oh, that's the movie. That's
yeah.
that was the movie.
But here's the thing.
I couldn't remember it.
Here's the thing. We are now more. We can be leaders among civilians, even if it's just smiling, even if it's just saying, "Hey, I hope you have a good day today." Walking up and opening a door, someone looks like they're having a struggle, or just because they look like they could use a little bit, they could use that thought of someone giving a crap enough to open that door for them. It doesn't.
I get caught playing doorman for 30 minutes at the gas station sometimes because so many people come in and out there, and I'll just hold it for them, like, and I'll be like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." I'm just like, "Oh, whatever," that's the way I was raised. But
Exactly.
all right.
But that's just it. We all were raised to do better and to feel better.
Jake Ford said something that caught my eye in the chat. He said, "Want to make someone's day? Address the cashier by their name. It's on their shirt.
Exactly.
Just to say, hey, how you doing? Blah blah. Blah. They're gonna be shocked at that point. You took the time to look,
And you took the time to acknowledge. Now, I apologize if this sounds like I'm droning and I'm just going on about this, and this, I'm not forcing my ideas. I'm trying to help you feel good, because even though you're doing it to other people, it helps you, because you feel like you're a part of humanity again. You're not ducking your head and walking straight forward and going,
No. I'm a firm believer in karma. I really am. If you push positive out, positive things come to you. It's not like demand it. Just do it
Exactly.
just because.
And so that's
I'm doing this because all positive stuff's going. No, just do it. Just do it.
I agree with you 100%, Pookie. And you notice tonight, Pookie is really enjoying the conversation.
No, I'll tell you, I'm enjoying this.
And you know what? It's because he didn't have the greatest day, but today, as soon as he got home and we were able to start talking, again, a good conversation helps everybody's day.
Totally.
Okay. Well, it is getting to be that time, so I'm going to go through our lineups and our house cleaning. So, House cleaning, show lineups. Mondays is Monday edition with Ice and Flash. Tuesdays is Tied Up Tuesdays with Minx. Pookie and I will be here for one more week, and then it's back with Minx. Wednesdays is our meditation day or day off. Thursday is Sergeant's Time with Ice and Spanky. Friday, right now, we don't have anybody. Saturday is Tinfoil Times with Jay Reddy, Pookie, and Mulder. And Sunday is Kicking It with Cause, and that's Cause and me. Upcoming guests, I see we have the 28th on Monday, Mark Yabanka. Mark is a Burbank, California-based military journalist and author. His articles have appeared in the Stars and Stripes, Army Times, American Veteran, Vietnam Magazine, Military Heritage, Soldier of Fortune, Airways, and many others. He is the author of 3 previous books: Distant War, Recollections of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, Tears Across the Mekong, and Dispatches from My Father's War. He earned his Master of Professional Writing degree from the University of Southern California in 1990. He is also an adjunct instructor of English and creative writing at Pasadena City College and Columbia College of Missouri's satellite campus on the Joint Forces Training Base in Los Alamados, California, where he served between 2001 and 2008 as a public affairs officer with the California State Military Reserve, a support brigade to the National Guard and U.S. Army Reserves. So that should be a good show, and that will be on next Monday. We have broadcasting partners. Our partners, the Veterans Report. In January 2016, the Veterans Report website was launched. Its mission and layout was simple: provide an unbiased, fact-based source for veteran-related news and information. Modeled after popular news aggregation sites on the internet, the Veterans Report offered updated news headlines along with links to the state and federal veteran offices, national and international media outlets, and the ability for veterans to search their federal legislators by zip code. The site gave rise to a new idea: reaching people directly through radio broadcasts. At that point, he became an actual terrestrial radio station in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh region. The vets now have a voice, an outlet that knows what it means to put down the uniform and integrate back into civilian life. The show features guests that not only have interesting stories to tell, but can discuss opportunities for veterans to find a new mission. It is our duty and our pleasure here at WTF Radio to help the Veterans Report get their message out. Right now, Jim Cannon is on hiatus. If you go to their site, you will find that he still keeps it up, and that he will be keeping it updated as to when he plans to start doing radio. He decided to back away a little bit, long enough to get everything together, since he's a one-man show, and to make sure he put out a quality production. Then there is the War Horses for Veterans, is another one of our partners. War Horses for Veterans is a 3-day equine and networking experience. Veterans will have the opportunity to bond with horses as well as each other in a safe and comfortable country environment. War Horses for Veterans provides veterans a peaceful break from everyday life challenges, give them a chance to have quality time to clear their minds, share stories in a judgment-free space, and enjoy some of the best food in the Midwest. War Horses for Veterans commitment to combat veterans goes beyond a weekend experience. They introduce you to a network of people able to and willing to support you long after the uniform comes off, all in the spirit of community. The experience costs $0 for the veteran, everything from airfare to lodging. All meals and transportation are also taken care of. And you will see it is actually posted in my tag, so you can go to their website, warhorseforveterans.com and fill out an application if that is something that sounds like it would help you. Our closeout, for those of you that are listening, you know you can find us at WTF Nation Radio Facebook, WTF Moments, TuneIn app for YouTube, Mixer, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for WTF Nation Radio and you'll find us. All of our shows are available for download at www.wtfnr.com. Whew, that's a lot to say. All right. We are at the end of the show. I hope everybody is feeling better. I hope everybody feels good. I hope you have walked away with some positives. I'm going to simply say, be simple. That is the best thing you can be in life, is be simple. Think simple and allow yourself to live simple. In doing so, your life will become a reality. What you got to say, Pookie?
Like honestly, last week I said a quote from I can't even pronounce his name, Miyamoto Masamune. There's always more than one path to the top of the mountain. And I've actually looked at this and it's legit. If you find yourself stuck in a situation, step back a little bit, reevaluate, find the other paths around your obstacles, and you'll find yourself at the top of the mountain eventually.
Amen. All right, everybody. You have a good rest of the week. I'll see you next Tuesday, and I'll also see you on Sunday. Pookie will see you on Saturday. Shots.
Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away, and the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road call says the wind blows, 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones, hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows?
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day, and there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
Man, day after day is just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with the ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the line in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you, and I ain't like you.
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day, and there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music, but nobody is moving. Cause don't nobody care, and everyone's confused. Till the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end. Cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions. Like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear, and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want. But if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.